So, since that skirt, the base, is not very exciting, I wanted to create this bonus for you because it's not time yet for us to move on to zippers and waistband and all the stuff yet. I just want you to put the base on the side. You know that you can make a skirt. You're ready. Your pattern is like perfect for you to use to make any design. But now, as this bonus, I just wanted you to try and do a skirt, if you want, as without any closure or anything. It's the easiest skirt possible. So I just chose these three, they're really scraps that I have, but because they're the same weight, so I can mix them together, and I'm gonna use them to make this little cute wrap skirt that doesn't need any zippers or anything. All right, let's do it. So let's start making our wrap skirt, right? All we need is the fabric, the base skirt pattern that we just traced, and the scissors. I took like blue thread because it matches my fabric. You just, you can use a different thread, or if you plan on wearing the skirt, then you might want to use the right color of thread. I'm gonna use the punch tool. If you need to punch with something else, also works, and scissors and the chalk. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is to iron the fabric, right? I'm gonna put the patterns on the side and just press my fabric really nicely so then it's not ready to cut. All right, finishing up the ironing. So here's the three fabrics I have. And I decided, so this is the lightest one I have, this is medium, and this is a little heavier. They're not like super the same weight, which would be better if they were, but I just decided to do that so you guys can see, how you make the skirt, and let's see how it goes, right? So I chose, I'm gonna use this one that's like a little heavier for the back, and then the other ones we'll do in the front. Okay, so let's cut the back first, and then it's the same process we did with the base one. Just pay attention to the grain line, right? So look, here's the selvage of the fabric, and then you fold. And then grab the back pattern. Place it there. And then I'm gonna pin it. And trace it around, the same process we did with the base. Then for the dart point, I'm gonna punch. Make a hole there, hope it's not too bad. And then cut my back. And I'm gonna cut it with the pinky shears, so then it's finished. Remember to cut these 2 notches here on the side. It's the side seam of the skirt. It's important for when you're sewing it. And to mark the dart points, the dart legs. Also up here, right? There it is. All right, so we have the back. I'll just leave it together, look, on the side. And then we move on to the front. Now, the front of the skirt, there are two fronts, right? Because it's like a wrap. It's also, they call it envelope, right? There's one part of the back, and then one part of the front, and then the other part of the front. So we need 2 fronts. And so I'm gonna cut and the way I'm gonna do this, there's different ways to do it. You can alter the shape of the skirt before, you can do different things. I'm just doing this the most simple possible so you don't get overwhelmed, and then you finish a skirt that you can wear, all right? So my plan here is I'm gonna do the left side, right, which will be like this side that is like the front of the skirt. I'm gonna make out of this fabric, and it's the complete size. So this is like cut in half, right? It's like center front, so it's just half of our skirt. But then I'm gonna cut on fold and have the entire front out of this fabric. And then afterwards, I'm gonna cut another piece, another front out of this fabric that will be on top, but then I'm not gonna cut the complete part, just partial. So then then you can see this one underneath. All right, so let's see how it looks. You also could, if you're a little more experienced, you can, because here's the thing, I'm gonna keep the darts, I'm not gonna remove the darts, but if you want, you can get rid of the darts. If you know how to, you just cut here on the side and then compensate for the darts. But if you don't want to do this, don't worry about it. Later on, we're going to make more skirts and talk about the darts. For now, just let's do it like that, okay? But if you want to alter, you can make the skirt more A-line and stuff like that, more flowy. There are different, you can make it long. If you want to make like a maxi skirt long, you can do, just increase the length of it. And look, I'm just really tracing the same process. Let me punch it first so I don't forget. Remember to cut the notches. There it is. Now the other side, right? And here's this, how this is gonna go. Let me see. This is the selvage, so I'm gonna fold straight. And what I want is, so the right side, which be the right side of my body, I want it to be complete and it will have a dart and everything. But then the other side, I'm gonna crop part of it. So to make it easy for you, I'm gonna trace it and cut the entire piece, and then after we get rid of the part we don't want, or crop it, okay? So just the same process, go ahead and trace it and cut. Look, I'm not gonna punch now, not punching. I'm just gonna mark here, okay? And then to mark my dart, I just put a little pin there, here, another one in the back. Then I know where the dart tip is, the point of my dart. All right. So now that we have two sides, look, this is my skirt. This is my dart right here, right? And how the skirt is gonna go is like this. The back is gonna be underneath, right? And then I'll have the front overlapped because it's a wrap skirt. So I wanted this to be on the bottom because it's light, like this. And then this one comes on top like that, right? But then I wanted this to show, so I want to cut part of this one. So then there is a shape here. One thing people do, and it's cool, it's cut it round, right? You could like cut this round, but then to sew a round shape is very hard. So if you're a beginner, don't try that. That's why I'm doing straight, okay? And then my direction here to cut this one is from my dart down. I'm gonna go from the center of my dart all the way down on this blue piece here. All right, so my dart is right here. Look, And I'm gonna go the straight line down and just change the angle here so you can see better, all right? So I have my ruler. I'm gonna find the center of my dart, and underneath here I have my pin. Remember, that's the dart leg. Look, the dart tip. And then I just go on a straight line here. And you can make a little angle if you want, or you know, if it's, as long as like it's a straight seam, you're good to go. Just don't make a round right now because it's a little difficult. There, I think this is good. So just make a line there. Remove the pin. And then I can cut. And now we're ready to sew a skirt. Let me remove this. Look, so the skirt goes like this. This is the back. This is the waist, right? And then the front, the under front, and then goes the other one on top, like that. And then we're just gonna sew. First, we're gonna do the darts. Okay, so just close the dart on the 3 parts. They are 5 darts because this one we got rid of, right? And then we sew on the sides. All right, let's get sewing. So first I'm gonna close this dart, the first one from the top part of the front. So remember, I marked with the pin. So, and here's how I sew a dart. I just reverse and then go straight to the dart point. And when I get there, I don't do reverse. I just take out of the machine and then tie the thread by hand because it doesn't have any mark, then it won't do any mark on the outside of my dart. All right, now the other one. So I'm just gonna do the 4 darts left. Now that I have the 4 darts, I want to press them just like we did with the base. Okay, so then we have our back, the under front, I don't know how you call it, you know, and then the top one. Look how cool, right? Now I want to add them together, right? So then it's got to be right sides together. So because the skirt would be like this, right? Then I just add these 2 sides, look, like that, because I got to sew right sides together. And then I put a pin right there. And when it's sew, it'll be like this. And here the same thing, 2 right sides. And I like to pin it there so I don't forget the right position for it. All right, and then it'll be like this. So now I'm just gonna sew a line here and then another one here. So look, my pin. Remember to keep the seam allowance. Matching the notches here. Look at my notches. Right? Side with side. That's what the notches are for, to match the pieces of the pattern. Now the other side. Look. Look, here it is. Woohoo! Now we just need to press the seams open. And we almost have a skirt. Look. Right? So now what we have to do is, if you are advanced, you can do like a waistband, but I'm not gonna do a waistband for the skirt. I'm just gonna do a finishing, and we can finish with a button, okay? So I'm gonna do fold this and hem it, and then I'm gonna fold the waist as well and just hem it, okay? Here for the waist, just like 1/2 inch, and then for the center, like the panel, also like about 1/2 inch, and after that we're gonna do the hem, all right? But then for you, if you want to iron it, look, this is my waistline, right? So to keep it easy, totally easy, you just fold about 1/2 inch and then press and go all the way. And it has a slight curve. If it's like pulling too much, you can snip it like this, and then it will release for you to press it. But it shouldn't be that much because it's not that much of a curve, all right? All right, so my waist is pressed. Okay. Now I just need because the skirt is open, right? So I'm also gonna do to this side. Look, here's my waist. I'm gonna fold and press. And then also the other side. So this, right? So just fold it here, about 1/2 inch. And it's ready to sew. So I'm just gonna zigzag over it. You can do straight stitch or zig. I'm gonna do zigzag because then it saves the unraveling thing too. It won't fray or anything. So I'm gonna first start from the waist, zigzag, zigzag, and then do the other sides, the side seams, all right? And see how I'm arriving here at the end, and then it's just gonna go all the way down. I'm gonna turn around, lower the needle, lift the foot, turn around, and then I'm just gonna sew all the way down towards the hem. And now the other side, remember, from the hem, there, just go all the way up. So now that we have the skirt, we want to do the hem, right? And it's the same process. We're just gonna iron, and you can measure it if you have the sewing gauge or something. You can measure how much you want to fold your hem, and I can do like 1 inch, and then press. And I'm not, you know, you could also fold twice here or add a ribbon or something if you want to get more advanced. But this is like just easy, easy, easy for you if you're a beginner. So that's, I'm just going to keep it easy. All right. So mine is not exactly an inch, it's a little more. Let's see. And you can also use a ruler for this or just eye it if you want. But this thing is easy. All right, and then we're just gonna sew the same thing. Just like we did here, we're gonna sew all the way around the, you know, along the hem, and I'm gonna zigzag it. You can also pin it if you need. Look, just put pins there to help you with your process. Cool, that's it. Now we got our skirt. We just need to iron it, as always. I know you just pressed it, right? But now you want to press the whole thing around. Look, to make the seams flat. And that's it, look. We got a wrap skirt. That is, this goes here, this goes here, and there it is. And now you can do is add a button, right? So you could either like have had a waistband that's like a string that you tied around and you make a hole here, but I didn't want to have play with waistband with you yet because we're gonna learn this later on in the course. So now I'm just gonna use a snap-on, and I'm gonna put a snap-on here and a snap-on here after I try it on and make sure it's fitting me. That was fun, wasn't it? The wrap skirt? Now it's your turn. Go make a wrap skirt and then take a picture of it and post on Facebook in our Facebook group. Okay? And then I'll see you in the next module.